Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Even with him busting through the contact, he'll still be stopped just inside the 35. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They run wide side with Henry. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 40 yards rushing for him on their opening drive of the contest, and it's now 1st and goal. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. I'm playing some big boy football. Establish the run early.
It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. Henry. Diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. Well, Charles, clearly they wanted to send a message there and impose their will. They score on their opening possession on a drive comprised entirely of rushing the football.
Message sent. I don't know that the team on the other side of the field wanted to receive it, but what a statement on their opening drive. Just run it all the way downfield, no passes. That absolutely sets the tone that they're going to be physical in this game.
Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
Second and 10. Now Prescott. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of
14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
For a Cowboys first down.
Prescott to throw it. That is caught. It's Williams. Touchdown, Cowboys. Javonte Williams, 55 yards. And the Cowboys have cut the lead back down to 2. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good. 8-6 the score after one. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession, as they've got it as we resume action. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that. Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he gets this up past the 30.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
A first down carry for Henry. And this time the yards won't come so easy, as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now they contend with a second and 12 after the loss. To throw is Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now a second and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
And the Cowboys first down. Yeah, here we go. First and 10.
Here's Prescott. This is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. George Pickens taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Aubrey good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 5.
13. Ravens 8.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 13 yards down to the 13.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Here's Prescott. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens will take over here at their own 14-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
A gain of 27 on the play. First down, Baltimore.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. It's complete. This is Derrick Henry. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 47-yard line.
Now Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete.
What?
Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Jackson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Jackson and the rest of the offense staying put. They will go for it on 4th. They're going to try and throw. They're looking deep here for Flowers. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. All in all, a pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this 3rd quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. That's to his running back, complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Ravens take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
For the 2-point conversion.
Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
The score, Ravens 14, Cowboys 13. Tyler Luke to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. Yeah, that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. George Pickens with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in this third quarter. They'll look to run for it with Williams. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7.
Cowboys 21, Ravens 14. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. This taken in right around the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Their own 19-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Jackson now. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over it that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 13.
Now it's Jackson. He's going to give that to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
What a game he's having. They've not been able to stop him or even slow him down. He's got 2 touchdowns already. That could have been a 3rd. He's got the secondary coach asking people for answers. Can you help me out? Because we are not slowing him down.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
It's a gain of 32. First down, Ravens.
Running from the gun with Henry. Trucks over it. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
13 more yards. That's another Baltimore first down.
Throwing is Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. Out route, and this is Henry with a catch. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry from 6 yards away. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the 3rd quarter.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll look to throw. Jackson going to keep it. And he will get into the end zone as they will indeed claim a 1-point lead.
22. Cowboys 21.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true. Last time, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And the Cowboys are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Javonte Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys answer back with a touchdown of their own.
He's not a real man player. I wouldn't let that much time with
Right,
that,
so
bro.
the Cowboys will go for 2 here.
Right.
Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives them a 7-point lead. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. There he goes, left side. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
Okay. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's first and 10. Off the option, here's Henry. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. First and 10. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a first and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Here's first and 10. They keep it with Henry on first down. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 without the 4. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. They'll come up now on second down. Again, it's Henry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow.
Change it. Oh.
Jackson going to keep it. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1. You want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And the Cowboys are able to recover. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that one. They needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
First down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
No time to shine.
Well, not a big gain with that play, but what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Here's Prescott. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down, and that should be that. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Yeah! There we go!
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that, +3.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown puts them up 7. But now's when the fun begins, partner, because if you go and kick the extra point, it's still a one-possession game. Go for 2, you might put it out of reach.
Yeah, a little decision to be made. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead is up to 8.
36. Ravens 28. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Jackson.